I'm going to give my informative speech on motorcycle safety. I've been around motorcycles my whole life from the time I was just a little girl. And my brothers would build their own mini bikes, and the neighbors down the road had bikes too. I would always get rides on them. Motorcycles are still a very big part of my life and my family's too. In 2001, I finally got the chance to take a motorcycle safety course so I could get my license. My husband said, if you get your license, I will buy you your own bike. So that Mother's Day weekend of 2001, I took my class and I got my license. The next week, my husband took me to pick out my own bike. 2 weeks later, I was a proud owner of a brand new 2001 Heritage Softail Custom Harley Davidson. To achieve that, I listened and learned the meaning of motorcycle safety. I will touch base with you what I learned over 11 years ago. First thing you should do after your motorcycle has sat for the winter in storage is to give your bike a once over. Test the lights and the turn signals. Check your oil and your fuel levels. Make sure your mirrors are positioned correctly. Check your cables to make sure they aren't worn or frayed. Lube the chain and adjust it if needed. Another good thing is to have good riding gear when you're riding your motorcycle. Leather coat or a jacket, leather gloves or fingerless gloves work too. Goggles are very helpful if your bike doesn't have a windshield or if you're wearing contacts. Long pants, always wear long pants, never wear shorts or sandals. Always wear good leather boots or shoes that cover your ankles. Helmet is not the Iowa law, that it's your choice whether or not you want to wear one. Most importantly, and I can't stress enough to everyone, when you are out on that road, you have to always be extra cautious. Always be aware of who is behind and in front of you, and always know your bike's limits. Stick to the speed limit, don't tailgate other vehicles, and always use your signals. Most people who don't ride don't know how important it is to raise awareness for motorcycle safety. 46% of all motorcycle crashes are at intersections. Shocking, but it's true. A lot of states are working with DOTs to increase caution signs at intersections specifically for motorcycle safety. Be safe, dress safe, be cautious, make sure other drivers can see you. Don't ride in blind spots and always use your headlights. Brake smart, use both brakes at the same time, slow and steady. Live free and ride safe. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, what would you do if you were on the freeway or highway, whatever speed limits, maybe 55, 65, and a deer runs out, or any animal, such as raccoons, deers, anything? What would be the safety?
Well, they don't really, there's not a whole lot that they can teach you about how to react when that kind of a situation hits you. That's more of a hands-on, and you have to like pretty much learn that on your own. When I first started and was riding on my own and my husband was beside me, I had a mother raccoon and her little babies that were following her across the highway. And what I did, the first thing I did was I put my left hand down to caution the people behind me, saying, for them to slow down. And then I applied my brakes slowly, and then I swerved so that I did not hit them. And since I was riding in front of my husband, he seen what I was doing, so he followed the same rule that I did.
Okay, so with the left hand, what does that mean? When a biker does that, puts their left hand down, what does that mean to the cars or people behind them? What is that
It's
telling them?
supposed to warn them to slow down because they might not always pay attention to your brake lights, but it lets them know that when you're putting your hand down and motioning, it's for them to slow down. And most always they usually do, but not always.
Okay, I know. I have another question. Right, since I've been riding with you, I know we came up on some issues. And I learned from riding with you guys. Cars like to really come up on the tail end of a motorcycle sitting at a stoplight or stop sign. What is your best advice to that?
Well, my best advice would be is if you are the one riding the motorcycle, you need to stay your distance away from the car that is in front of you. And if you are riding in a car or you are the driver, always make sure that you stay at least a car length distance away. You should never, I mean, just the same as driving a car, it's the same as riding a motorcycle. You should never, ever tailgate anybody. It's too dangerous.
Okay, and what is your perspective on the using a helmet?
Well, I personally don't wear a helmet. It's because Iowa doesn't have a helmet law. Um, there are only 4 states in the United States that do not require you to wear a helmet, and that is Iowa, Illinois, Colorado, and New Hampshire. For over 25 years, Iowa has tried to pass it, but they've never been able to accomplish it. I did learn in motorcycle safety course that when I wore a full-faced helmet that I was claustrophobic, so I had to switch to a helmet that only, that left my face free but covered my head and my ears.
Okay, that's it. No questions.
Thank you.